This is Rod Kusin and Spooman for Risk on November 19th, 2009. Today's video is going to focus on a new development at Risk that we'd like to share with you that meets a very specialized niche. It is designed primarily for scalp traders who are trading multiple lots of 10, 20, 30 contracts or more at a time. We call this our 6-tick strategy. We've determined and calculated that 6 ticks seems to work best. Now, you might squeeze out a little bit more, but take a look at just how things performed here late morning through the close of the day on November 19th. Our first trade comes in here after the big move down, and we get a short trade for 6 ticks. Second trade, up 6 ticks. Third trade, down for 6. Fourth and fifth trade down into the close. Now, when you're trading multiple lots, you know that a 6-tick profit, while not a large move, is nevertheless a lot of money. So if we can maximize and isolate these very specific trading opportunities, my goodness, you can make a killing. Now, let's talk a little bit about what we've done, how we did this. We made use of 4 aspects to our trading strategy. We changed things around a bit. But when we did, I was really surprised. We took our group reversal system and we applied it to a series of 6 different VIX tick bars. 6 different VIX tick bar intervals. Then we further filtered that by placing a MACD on a 100 ES tick bar, wrap an adaptive price zone around a 100 ES tick bar interval, and then use a DPO, a Detrended Price Oscillator, as a trigger for the setup, wherein once the trigger is set, the strategy looks for new highs or new lows on the VIX after the trigger. In this instance, we simply cannot get a trade off of a lower high or off of a higher low. We can get a trade off of a higher high, but not off of a lower high. And that's once the trigger is set. So it's a very precise situation that works best in a relatively sideways market. Now, this market did ultimately move to higher highs, but even so, the strategy was grabbing those instances where once we hit the highs and we saw the retracement coming in, it looked for the profit target and it took it once it was reached. So it worked very, very well. Now, this is a significant departure from the normal way in which we trade. Most of the time what we're doing is we're trading using our technical indicators and looking for technical reasons to exit a trade. But here we're using a profit target. We're not using such things as the trend or the trend of the VIX or the premium. We're not doing that in any of these trades. Okay, so here's what it looks like in the strategy itself. 6-tick profit. Now, if you want to use an automated stop, you can. You just indicate what the number of ticks are for your stop. It'll automatically enter that stop once the trade is taken. Then we allow this particular strategy to trade in both directions, though you do not need to do so. You can just simply let it trade in one direction and hope for your profit target to be reached. We're using our group reversal system, but we're using the group reversals on the VIX. Very, very interesting. Then we further filter this with an adaptive price zone as well as using the MACD on an ES100 tick bar interval. Finally, we're also using what we call DPO condition 1, which requires new highs or new lows, never lower highs or higher lows. That's the setup. And this is what it did. Very interesting. Very interesting. So we want you to continue to watch our videos. We'll be recording this over a period of time so you get a little bit of an idea as to how this is performing. But throughout the course of the week, we've been monitoring this, and we said, yeah, this really is looking good. So we want to bring this to your attention. We call it the 6-tick strategy. So look for that in the videos in days to come. And then go to our website, RSKsys.com. Scrutinize it, peruse it, make notes, call us up, ask questions, email us, but ask for a demo. You want to see a demonstration of our entire system. Those demos are going to last no less than an hour. Generally speaking, more than that. Sometimes up to 2 hours, depending upon the level of interest and in respect to your questions. We'll do our first demo after the close. And in this way, then we can go back and we can take our time to examine all of what was taking place during the day and how we analyzed the system. Then, in the second demo, we'll do it live. And we'll call the shots as they come. And we may or may not be using this particular strategy under those circumstances, but we will at least be letting it run in the background. And then we can come back and take a look at how it's doing. But in our entire trading course, we try to teach you literally everything we know. Now, for a lot of people, that's overkill. That's too much information. But we don't hold anything back. We want you to know everything we know. What you decide to do with that information is entirely up to you. But we can certainly help, regardless of what style of trading you have developed, we have a system for you. And you'll be able to use our system with your style of trading to improve your results significantly. Our motto is never have a losing day. So don't come in asking us, well, how many trades does it take, and what's your profit margin, and what's your loss ratio, and so on and so forth. We make it simple. Never have a losing day. And that's the facts. If you learn our system, the way we help you to read the market will enable you to identify very high probability trade setups throughout the day that may or may not necessarily make use of this particular strategy, but you'll be able to see them and you'll know eventually how to take advantage of those circumstances to capitalize on those sit-ups. Oh, and we got things going on in the background. But in any case, there you have it. So come ask for a demo. We'll be happy to comply with your time restrictions, and we'll work with you as much as we can to help you to see the value of our system. So with that thought in mind, come and visit us. This is Rod Kusin and Spooman for Risk.